Civil liberties and civil rights. One of the crucial aspects is due process and rights of the accused, which fall under the 5th, 6th, 8th and 14th Amendments. Here's a detailed breakdown. The Due Process Clause appears in both the 5th and 14th Amendments, ensuring that the government cannot deprive individuals of life, liberty or property without due process of law. The 5th Amendment applies due process protections at the federal level. The 14th Amendment extends due process protections to state governments through a concept known as selective incorporation. Due process can be divided into two categories. Procedural due process means the government must follow fair procedures before depriving someone of rights, such as a fair trial, the right to a lawyer, and the opportunity to be heard. Substantive due process, on the other hand, protects fundamental rights from government interference, such as privacy, marriage, and free speech. Now let's discuss the rights of the accused under the 5th, 6th and 8th Amendments, starting with the 5th Amendment, self-incrimination. No person can be forced to testify against themselves, as established in Miranda v. Arizona in 1966. Double jeopardy. One cannot be tried twice for the same crime. Grand jury federal crimes require a grand jury indictment before trial. Eminent domain. If the government takes private property, it must pay just compensation. The 6th Amendment guarantees several crucial rights for individuals accused of crimes. First, the right to an attorney, which ensures legal counsel is provided, as established in the landmark case of Gideon v. Wainwright in 1963. Next, the right to a speedy and public trial prevents unnecessary delays and ensures transparency in the judicial process. The amendment also mandates an impartial jury, meaning defendants must have a fair and unbiased jury. Additionally, the right to confront witnesses allows defendants to cross-examine those who testify against them. Lastly, the right to be informed of charges ensures that defendants are fully aware of the accusations they face. The 8th Amendment focuses on punishment. It ensures that no excessive bail or fines are imposed, meaning bail must be reasonable and fit the crime. Additionally, it prohibits cruel and unusual punishment, protecting individuals from torture and extreme penalties. For instance, in cases like Furman v. Georgia in 1972 and Gregg v. Georgia in 1976, the death penalty was scrutinized and guidelines were established. Let's look at some key Supreme Court cases. In Gideon v. Wainwright 1963, it was ruled that states must provide an attorney to indigent defendants. Miranda v. Arizona in 1966 mandated that suspects must be informed of their Miranda rights, including the right to remain silent and the right to an attorney. Mapp v. Ohio in 1961 established the exclusionary rule, meaning that illegally obtained evidence cannot be used in court. Furman v. Georgia in 1972 temporarily halted the death penalty due to its arbitrary application. Finally, Gregg v. Georgia in 1976 reinstated the death penalty with specific guidelines. Now let's discuss selective incorporation. The 14th Amendment's Due Process Clause has been used to apply Bill of Rights protections to the states through selective incorporation, often via Supreme Court rulings. For example, in Gideon v. Wainwright 1963, the right to an attorney was applied to the states. Miranda v. Arizona in 1966 extended protection against self-incrimination to the states, and Mapp v. Ohio in 1961 ensured that the exclusionary rule applies to states. In summary, due process and the rights of the accused ensure fair legal treatment and protect individuals from government abuse. These rights are reinforced by Supreme Court precedents that clarify protections under the 5th, 6th, 8th and 14th Amendments.